Here's a reality check. Most families are dangerously unprepared for a real grid failure. I'm not talking about a quick outage, but a blackout that lasts days and changes everything. If you think a couple of flashlights and bottled water are enough, you're in for a shock. When the grid goes down, municipal water pumps and cell towers fail fast, leaving you without water or communication. These are the details that turn a blackout from an inconvenience into a full-blown emergency. Today I'll walk you through 5 practical, low-cost items every household must have to survive the first 72 hours of a blackout. And stick around for item 5. It's a free psychological trick that could literally save your family's life. Let's start with the most important resource, water. It's something we often take for granted, but in an emergency, it quickly becomes your top priority. Every cell in your body needs water to function, and you can only survive a few days without it. In a crisis, water isn't just for drinking. It's essential for cooking, cleaning, and even basic hygiene. Municipal water pumps and wells both rely on electricity. When the grid fails, your faucets stop working. That means no water for showers, toilets, or even a glass to drink. Most people don't realize how quickly their home's water supply can disappear during a blackout. Many people assume a case or two of bottled water is enough, but the reality is very different. A family of 4 needs at least 12 gallons just for basic drinking needs over 3 days. That's not counting water for cooking, washing, or emergencies. And don't forget your pets. They need water too. Plus, you'll need extra for things like cleaning wounds, washing hands, and preparing food. In a real emergency, every drop counts. That's why you need a reliable way to store enough water for everyone in your household. Think about large containers, jugs, or even barrels, anything that can hold clean water safely for days or weeks. Use big food-grade containers, fill them up before storms, or keep them topped off year-round. Store them in a cool, dark place to keep the water fresh. Rotate your supply every 6 months to ensure it stays safe to drink. For purification, have water purification tablets or a basic backpacking filter on hand. These tools are lightweight, affordable, and can make questionable water sources safe to drink in a pinch. Your hot water heater is another hidden resource. It holds dozens of gallons of water. Learn how to access it safely, and make sure you know how to shut off the intake valve to prevent contamination. If you're caught off guard, fill your bathtub right away. This gives you a large reserve for flushing toilets, washing, or even drinking if you purify it first. There are even special liners you can buy to keep bathtub water clean. Always have multiple ways to purify water. Filters can break, tablets expire, and boiling requires fuel. Having backup options ensures you're never left without safe water, no matter what happens. Dehydration makes you sluggish and vulnerable. Dirty water can make you sick. Waterborne illnesses can be deadly, especially for children and the elderly. So never take chances with questionable water. Don't gamble with your family's survival. Set up a water plan now. Make a checklist of your supplies, and talk with your family about where water is stored and how to access it in an emergency. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it does have to be deliberate. Even a few dollars spent on containers and purification tools can make a huge difference when the power goes out. Water is life, and in a blackout, it's your first line of defense. When the lights go out, you'll be glad you planned ahead. Make sure you have enough for everyone, including pets. Remember, a little preparation now means peace of mind later. Don't wait until the lights go out to realize you're short. Start building your water plan today and make water your #1 priority in any emergency. When the power goes out, your phone won't keep you connected for long. Cell towers only have a few hours of backup. In a real blackout, you can't rely on your smartphone for updates. That's why you need a battery-powered or hand-crank emergency radio. These radios let you receive official updates, weather alerts, and emergency instructions when everything else fails. Many models include built-in flashlights or USB chargers. Bonus: tune in to NOAA weather bands and local emergency stations, even if the power's been out for days. A reliable radio cuts through rumors and panic, giving you facts. Don't forget extra batteries, and test your radio now and then. You don't have to spend much. Solid emergency radios are affordable. Add one to your kit. It's your lifeline when you need it most. Staying warm is critical, especially if a blackout hits in winter. When the power goes out, the temperature inside your home can drop quickly, turning a minor inconvenience into a real emergency. Cold weather can be dangerous, especially for children, the elderly, and pets, so it's important to have a plan before you need it. Without heat, your house can get dangerously cold overnight. Even well-insulated homes lose warmth fast when the furnace or electric heaters stop working. Frost on the inside of windows is a clear sign that the temperature is dropping to unsafe levels. You don't need a generator. Mylar blankets, also called space blankets, are lightweight, compact, and reflect your body heat back to you. They're a must-have for any emergency kit and can make a huge difference in keeping you warm. Layering up with extra clothes, hats, and scarves helps trap heat close to your body. Don't forget to cover your head and neck since a lot of body heat escapes from these areas. Thick socks and wool sweaters are cheap and effective. Wool stays warm even when damp, making it a great choice for cold emergencies. Keep a stash of clean, dry socks and sweaters handy for everyone in your household. If you have a fireplace or wood stove, keep dry wood ready and stored indoors if possible. This ensures you can start a fire quickly when you need it most, and know how to use it safely. Always open the flue, keep flammable items away, and never leave a fire unattended. Proper ventilation is key to avoid carbon monoxide buildup. No fireplace? Set up a tent or blanket fort in your living room to trap heat. The smaller the space, the easier it is to keep warm with just your body heat and blankets. Block drafts with towels or blankets, especially around doors and windows. Even small gaps can let in a surprising amount of cold air. And close off unused rooms to concentrate heat where you need it most. The less space you have to keep warm, the easier it is to stay comfortable. Huddle up with family or pets. Your body is a great heat source. Sharing blankets and staying close together can make a big difference in how warm you feel. Candle heaters made with terracotta pots and tea lights can help warm a small space, but they're not a substitute for proper heating. Use them only in well-ventilated areas and never leave them unattended. But always follow safety rules. Open flames indoors can be risky, so keep fire extinguishers nearby and make sure smoke detectors are working. Watch for hypothermia. Shivering, confusion, and slurred speech are early signs. If someone shows these symptoms, get them warm and seek medical help if needed. Keep your cold weather kit ready, including blankets, extra clothes, batteries, flashlights, and non-perishable food. Planning ahead means you won't be caught off guard. Even if you don't get much snow, blackouts can happen anywhere, from rural areas to big cities. Winter storms, accidents, or overloaded grids can all knock out power. So don't underestimate the cold. It's better to be prepared and not need your supplies than to be caught unprepared when the temperature drops. Simple, affordable steps can keep your family safe and comfortable, turning a stressful blackout into a manageable situation. Preparation beats scrambling when the temperature drops. Take action now, and you'll be ready to face winter's worst. No electricity required. When the power's out, your fridge and freezer won't keep food safe for long. You need shelf-stable foods, canned soups, beans, pasta, peanut butter, granola bars. Stock up on foods your family actually likes. Comfort matters in a crisis. Don't forget a manual can opener. Electric ones are useless in a blackout. Aim for at least 3 days' worth of non-perishable food for everyone, including pets. Rotate your stash so nothing gets too old, and keep some high-calorie options for energy. If you have a camping stove or grill, great. Otherwise, focus on foods that are safe cold. Many snacks are salty and increase your water needs. Plan accordingly. Eating together gives structure and boosts morale. Cover special dietary needs for infants or anyone with restrictions. Enough calories keep your mind sharp and your spirits up. Item 5 isn't something you can buy, it's a community communication plan. In a world where we often focus on stockpiling supplies and gadgets, it's easy to overlook the most powerful resource you have, the people around you. When disaster strikes, it's not just about what you have, but who you know and how you work together. Building a plan with your neighbors is a game changer. When the grid goes down, your neighbors become your first responders. Emergency services may be overwhelmed or delayed, but the people living next door can reach you in minutes. That's why it's crucial to know who lives nearby and what skills or resources they might have. Decide now who will check on whom and how. Assign roles. Maybe one person checks on the elderly, another handles communication, and someone else keeps track of supplies. Make sure everyone knows their part before an emergency happens. Write down important phone numbers and addresses on paper. Don't rely on your phone or the internet. They might not work when you need them most. Keep a copy in your emergency kit and share it with trusted neighbors. Share your emergency plans with neighbors, especially those who are elderly or live alone. A quick conversation now can make all the difference later. Make sure everyone knows who to contact and how to signal for help. Set up a simple signal, like a colored card in a window, to show if you're okay or need help. Green means all is well. Red means assistance is needed. This low-tech system works even when phones are down, and it's easy for everyone to understand. Regular check-ins reduce panic and help everyone make better decisions. When people know they're not alone, they stay calmer and think more clearly. Set a schedule for checking in, morning and evening, for example, so no one is left wondering. If you're rural, consider walkie-talkies or CB radios for backup communication. Cell towers can go down, but these devices let you stay in touch across your neighborhood. Practice using them before you need them, so everyone is comfortable. Helping others helps you too. Communities that work together recover faster. Sharing resources, skills, and information means everyone has a better chance of making it through tough times. You'll build trust and resilience that lasts long after the crisis is over. This isn't just about survival, it's about thriving, even in the dark. Coming together can turn a frightening blackout into a memorable evening filled with laughter and support. The bonds you build now will carry you through any emergency. Make your plan now. It costs nothing, but the value is huge. Take a few minutes to talk, write things down, and practice your plan. You'll be amazed at how much safer and more confident you feel. That's the free psychological loophole that could save your family and your whole block. In the end, it's not just about surviving the storm, but about coming out stronger together. Hoping for the best isn't a plan. Your family deserves more than just wishful thinking. These 5 items, water, radio, heat, food, and a community plan, are practical, affordable, and they work when you need them most. Start with the basics, build your kit, talk to your neighbors, and you'll be ahead of most families in your area. Preparation is an act of love for your family and your community, showing you care. Share this video. When more people are prepared, we're all safer and stronger together. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious and stay prepared for whatever comes your way.